everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Melody. I am a romance and YA author, and I've had this video idea for a while, and so I thought I would go ahead and do it. So I have a question for you. Do you keep your writing a secret? Let me know in the comments if you do. And why am I doing this video? Well, I don't know about you, but one of the hardest things for me about writing is sharing my writing and telling people that I write. And I don't know why this is so hard. Now, I could tell people online all day, like that's no problem at all. I don't have any problem at all talking with other writers on the internet, but it's like people who know me like personally, like family or coworkers, friends that I know, I don't know why, but it's just so hard for me to like share writing and talk about writing, and they're very supportive. Don't get me wrong, like everyone I know who knows that I write, they're very supportive, and I'm so grateful for that, because I know there are a lot of people out there who do not have that experience. Like they have family that always talks to them like, why don't you get a real job, or you can't make any money doing that, and they're just like trying to put you down and like, telling you not to pursue your passion. And that's just, I'm glad that I don't have that experience. But regardless, sharing my writing and talking about writing has still been difficult for me. And I feel like it's difficult because writing is just so personal for me, and it almost feels like I am just opening up my diary and just handing out the pages to everybody. Like it just feels so personal. And every time like somebody reads something that I wrote, I'm just like a nervous wreck. Like I just can't deal with it. Like I'm like, no, just don't let me be in the same room where you're reading something I wrote, just go read it, and then like, you can tell me about it later if you want. But like, I don't know, it's just, even if they come back and they love it, it's just so hard for me to share a part of me. So I think that's why for so long I did keep writing a secret. I didn't tell anyone, and I don't know if maybe people sort of kind of knew. I mean, I feel like people kind of had to know a little bit. Like when I was younger, I was always entering writing contests and things like that, and I enjoyed writing projects for school, so I was really good at it. And I remember back then I would share some things even though it was still kind of a little bit difficult. You're like, just, here's my writing, and it's almost feels like, here's my diary, here, read it. Like, I don't know. But I do remember when I was in high school and I had these big dreams for my writing career, and they're not the same dreams that I have now. I used to dream that I could be a soap opera writer. I thought that would be really cool. Or if I couldn't be a soap opera writer, like I wanted to work for like one of the soap opera magazines and like write all the little, spoilers that they have in the magazines and the articles and the interviews. Like I kind of wanted to do that, right? And back when I was in middle school and high school, like I was really obsessed with Days of Our Lives. Like I don't watch Days of Our Lives anymore. I had to give up a lot of soap operas because I just didn't have time. Pretty much the only one I still watch is General Hospital. But I do remember like I was really obsessed with Days of Our Lives, and I was like, one day my name is going to be in the credits. I just know it. Like I just had these dreams of being a writer. And then like when I was thinking of college, I was thinking, oh, well, I'm going to major in creative writing. Like why not? Like that's what I want to do. I want to write. I'll just major in creative writing. And then I remember there was someone, I won't say who it is, but there was someone who just really just kind of told me, well, you can't make any money from that. Why would you want to do that? Like, you can't make any money from that. And I just remember thinking, I just felt so crushed. And I know that technically that could be right. I don't think that you should rely solely on writing for making money. You do have to do something else before you make it, But just hearing that at like 16 or 17 years old. I think I was 17 years old when someone basically just kind of crushed my dreams, right? You're like, why would you major in that? You know, you can't make any money from that. And I didn't pursue it, and I pursued something else. And it turned out that I didn't want to do that after all. I went to school to be an education major, and I taught for a year and a half. I hated it. Absolutely hated the job. I mean, now I'm at a job where I work at a library, which is probably where I should have been all along, because that was my first job in high school. I worked at a library, and I'm happy there. I love my day job, so no problem there, but I still love writing, and I wish I had not let someone else just kind of get to me, and, you know, I didn't really, well, okay, I guess that's just not going to happen for me. Like, I'm not going to ever make any money or be able to do that, so I didn't pursue it. And like, even in college, I wanted to minor in creative writing, and then my advisor said I couldn't do that because I was taking the education classes and I just would not be able to handle the course load. And she was right about that, but I was just really, really, really bummed because I just wanted to write. I wanted to write, and like, people just kept saying I could not pursue a creative writing degree. Now, looking back, I really didn't need the creative writing degree, but it was just really soul crushing because I wanted to do this and no one was saying that I could. But in spite of all that, I did continue to write. I started off with soap opera fan fiction, which probably was really bad. But I had such a great supportive group of people. Online, I actually met people that were very supportive of my writing, and they encouraged me, even if the writing was bad. Like, they never said anything bad about it. They just encouraged me to keep going. And I did. I kept going, but I didn't tell anyone because I think I knew in the back of my mind that if I told someone that I was really pursuing writing, that they would just kind of, poo-poo on my dream, right? Like, you can't do that, you're just not gonna make it. And I know realistically now as an adult, I know that writing is hard and that it is hard to make a living from writing, which I don't want to be a full-time writer anyway. I do want to be successful at writing, and I do want to make some money, but I'm not counting on that being my sole income. But I am glad that I continue to write, but I didn't tell anyone. So after my fanfic writing phase, I really actually did start to get serious about writing my own novel. And I remember I think it was like mid-2000s, 2008 is when I really started to write my first novel. And didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone, or if I did tell anyone, I don't remember telling anyone. But I didn't tell anyone because it just was mine. It was all mine, and I didn't want anybody else saying that I couldn't do it. And then, like, when I finished that novel, like, I wrote that novel over the course of 10 years. So I was still doing some other fanfic writing. So actually, I had not completely stopped fanfic. I was still writing fanfic, and then I was still working on this novel. And then when I did finally finish the novel, like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, I didn't really want to tell anybody that I wrote a novel. But at the same time, it's like, I wanted the novel to be out in the world, and I wanted people to read it. So I can't explain it. Like, I don't want to tell people I'm writing, but yet I want people to read it. Like, I know it doesn't even make any sense at all, but I didn't want to share it. So I realized eventually I was just going to have to tell people that I was writing, because I was just keeping it a secret for so long, and I felt like I was hiding a part of myself, and so I didn't know how to tell people. So I remember actually what I did was I was just like, alright, I'm just going to make a post on Facebook. Like, I'm just going to make a post and I'll tell everybody that I wrote this novel and this is what I'm doing. And I posted it on Facebook, and I was very, very nervous to share that. And I was actually kind of blown away. There was like tons of people that were so supportive of me, which is kind of, I don't know, I think in the back of my mind, I didn't think people would be as supportive as I thought they would be. I mean, I knew, you know, my family would always support me, but I don't know, it's just like that feeling of just telling people you're a writer and not knowing what their reaction is going to be. And I just always find that talking to other writers online has always been so much easier because I don't know anyone except like one friend. I have one friend who does write, but she doesn't write as much as I do. But it's just so hard to talk to other people about writing and they don't write. Like, they don't know what kinds of things go on in my head, and it's very difficult to share, and it's still kind of difficult to share my writing, and I have not shared all of my writing with the people I know. There are just some things that I'm like, I don't know if I want this person to read this, you know, like, I don't know, it's just a part of me. It's just like, I'm just holding on to it because I just, not that I think they won't support me, but like I say, it's just like, I feel like I'm exposing my diary or something. Like, I just feel like I'm giving out pages of my journal. Like, here you go, you know, just like, here's a little piece of my soul. And it's still hard, and that is something I still struggle with. And sometimes I kind of sort of wish that I had gone with a pen name and like not told anybody. But then at the same time, I still felt like I was hiding a part of myself, and I felt like I couldn't really be myself around other people, and I don't know how to explain it. So let me know in the comments how you feel about writing. Do you keep it a secret? Do you not tell anyone? Are you worried that like someone's going to just look at your writing and just, you know, say, why are you pursuing this? Or is that totally not your experience at all? Do you just love sharing your writing, or are you very open about it and love talking about it? Let me know in the comments. I guess ultimately I am glad that I told people I was a writer, and I don't know like why I feel like I'm keeping it a secret, like, oh, I'm keeping it a secret, like I'm a writer, you know, I'm telling people I'm a writer. Like, I don't know why that sounds so weird. It's just such a personal thing. Like, it just, I feel sometimes like an artist, you know, who paints, and you know how like when an artist paints, like some artists don't want you to see the painting until they are done with it. And that's how I feel. I feel like some artist who is painting something, but I don't want you to see what it looks like until I am done with it. And that's kind of how I feel. I'm also a little bit of a perfectionist, so I like to make sure everything is polished before it's out in the world. I'm still nervous about sharing some stories that I got coming up. And I know everyone will support me, but I just like, there's just still some things that make me a little nervous. But I'll get over it, you know, I'll get over it eventually. Maybe sharing my writing will become easier as I go, and as I publish more books, maybe eventually this feeling will go away. I don't know, but until then, I still do love talking to other writers online because I feel like you guys know what I'm going through, because maybe you're going through some of the same things, like you totally get it. And not that I don't like talking about writing with other people that I know, but I don't know, just like I say, like I kind of hold some of myself back, like I just don't want to let everybody in, but maybe eventually it'll get easier. I don't know, but I guess I am glad that I told people I'm a writer, because I just couldn't keep, like, I'm not going to say living a lie. I wasn't living a lie, but just hiding a part of myself, I guess. I just couldn't keep doing that. And I think it would be really hard to continue to hide my writing, because like I got these little sticky note outline boards behind me, and they're, you know, every time someone would come over, I'd be like, let me hide this, you know, let me just put all this stuff away. Like, I just don't want to explain it. Like, you're gonna think I'm crazy, right? You know, I've got all these sticky notes everywhere on my wall, and like, y'all just think I'm crazy, but I don't know. I guess I just couldn't keep hiding it, so I finally just told people, but I'm still nervous about sharing my writing, so hopefully that will become easier. We'll see, I guess. Alright, I'm going to wrap up this video now because I feel like I've been talking for about 20 minutes, and this is kind of a long, rambly video, so thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. It does help my channel grow. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!